So I have this little foldable hinge on sort of an accent piece for my desk here. Because on my desk, I have this nice little pull-out keyboard where that's supposed to be bolting into, and then it, folds up, acts as a nice little accent piece to hide it when it's tucked away. But I had an accident with one of my hinges. It looks like it's pretty cheap metal, but it just basically sheared itself off. And so I did some measurements. I mean, obviously I took this off, did some measurements best I could, and did a little prototyping. So this is a plastic one because it's a bit dirty. I've already got some wood dust and whatnot on it, but did some prototyping. It's a bit too thick. I don't know what happened there. I just ended up making it about 2 millimeters too thick, noticeably too thick. And it turns out maybe about 3 millimeters too long this way as well. So it needs to come in just a bit more and then down a bit more. And then as far as the hinge for this one, I used a printed just little plastic peg, but it's okay. It's not super substantial. I'm a little bit worried because now that I'm making this guy thinner, I'm gonna have to make this thinner as well. And so I'm thinking about using something like this. I purchased some lovely brass rod. This is 1.5 millimeter brass rod. And I think I'm just gonna cut a piece of this to length and use that in place of a printed one. It'll be quicker as well as stronger. And so when this gets thinner, this will only leave about it's gonna be a 2 millimeter hole, but I found that my printer tends to shrink by about 0.5 millimeter. So I'm hoping there'll be just about a 1.5 millimeter hole here after shrinkage, and then that's just the perfect length to just force one of these rods in, friction fit, and with a bit of a thinner hinge, I'm gonna try and attach it one more time and see if it works a bit better than my my first iteration, which was okay. I mean, the measurements are pretty close, but not quite. Okay, so we got this new 3D printed hinge. Significantly thinner than the previous one, as I'm sure you can see. So, now it's all left to do is to actually attach it and see how it fits. Like I said, I am probably going to be using this brass rod to use as the hinge for the hinge, the pin for the hinge, whatever. I'm not quite sure how it's going to fit. I haven't tried yet, but here's to slot in very nicely. I'll leave just a little bit on the edge. Let's see if we flip these, I can get a bit closer. That is certainly a hinge. That's nice. I don't quite love the fit. I think the hinge could be, the pin could be a bit thicker, so I think I overshot the tolerance from that printer. I'll follow back up with that, but the main thing is if it fits. Gathering. Yeah, actually that's quite nice. There we go. I really want it, I guess. For what it is, it works decently well. It's not, probably as strong as maybe you might need for something like this, but I have to say that's pretty good. I mean, there's the replacement hinge, plastic as it may be, and then there's the original metal hinge that survived. So, I mean, not bad, really. Let me rethink this angle, kind of lay it across my lap as I put this in. Just checking to see how the fit is. This thing definitely lacks a bit in power. Not great for woodworking, but for some hodgepodge like what I'm doing, it's fine. Alright, yeah, that seems to go in pretty well. I'm actually super impressed with that. Wow. Okay, yeah, that looks... I mean, that's pretty good. Hold on, let me come grab you guys. As a reminder, that's the original broken one. That's the first iteration, far too thick. And then there's the little guy back in place. Got these little tabs here you have to kick to open all the way. Nice and dusty. But damn, that's really not bad. It does stick out a little bit. I could have made these little screw bits a bit more, you know, a bit more flush, like these guys. That's the original metal one that actually survived. You can see that's actually flush. It's pretty flush with the actual wood, but the screws themselves are still kind of hanging out just a little bit. So I probably will print just one more, because that is, you know, it's a bit annoying. I don't like that. I don't love that. So I'll make this a bit thinner where the screw holes are to kind of give myself a bit more breathing room. But damn, as like a functional replacement, that's pretty fucking cool. I mean, it works. We'll see how long it lasts for. I did print it at about 50% infill with 6 interior walls, and then 6 walls on top, 6 walls on bottom. So it's fairly solid, you know, as a 3D print does go. But damn, I'm kind of impressed with myself. Just with a little pair of calipers, you know, I just took measurements of all the existing stuff, boop, 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 you know, and then second try is pretty damn close. That's what's so great about 3D printing. You can prototype. But yeah, that was it. You know, I got myself this little thing overnighted on Amazon. It was like I said, $25, pretty cheap. I mean, you kind of get what you pay for, right? Like, it doesn't have a ton of power, but like, you know, for this or for taking some screws out of some 3D parts is mostly what I kind of got it for, because I was getting tired of doing it by hand. As terrible as that sounds. But wow, there it is.